Children, welcome back. As we are going to go ahead with the binomial theorem today. Now, very specific expansion. The first thing I want to share with you is that the binomial theorem helps us in expanding any term to the power n. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, and so on. So having said that, let us begin now. I'll just give you an example and then we will see what and how the formula is applied to it. So first is a basic sum on expanding x plus y raised to n. One more point, if this happens to be x minus y raised to n, only this will become, the working remains the same, but it goes on with alternate plus and minus sign. The terms will carry alternate plus and minus sign. We will see one or two examples on this. So the first question says expand. Okay, the first general question I am talking about, expand. Expand x say plus 3 whole say raised to 5. How many terms after I apply the formula, how many terms will be forming? N plus 1 terms will be there after expansion. We have seen in the previous lecture. So before we proceed, remember x plus y raised to n is given is always NC0, right? First put up across NC1 plus NC2 and so on, and this will happen upon NCn. This is nothing but it gives us the coefficient. Then first degree is max. So x raised to n. Instead of this, what I can do is write the second term, and this term you will put it here, y raised to 0. Okay? And this will be n minus 0. So x raised to n. Now first thing, a very important point is this x power goes on reducing. So x raised to n it is. So what will happen now? X raised to n. This will become x raised to n minus 1. This will become x raised to n minus 2. And this will become finally x raised to 0. Whereas the second term starts increasing the power. I repeat, the first term decreases in the power and the second term increases in the power. So what happens next? Now y raised to 0, y raised to 1, y raised to 2 and so on, and it goes up to y raised to n. So this is a basic formula for expanding. So let me just help you out for expanding this. So x plus 3, I just mentioned it again here. So x plus 3 raised to 5. So total 6 terms has to be there. So very important and very simple to remember is, what I suggest is my n stands for 5 over here. So what you can do is 5c0 plus 5c1 plus 5c2 plus 5c3 plus 5c4 plus 5c5. NCn. As I said, it will end up with NC. Then first term it will be raised to 5. Reduce it, x raised to 4, x raised to cube, x raised to 2, x raised to 5, x raised to 4, x raised to 3, x raised to 2, x raised to 1, and here x raised to 0. Similarly, the second term will start from 0. Remember, its first term starts with 5, decreasing in the power of x. Second term starts from 0, increase in the power of second term. So you can say 3 raised to 0, 3 raised to 1, 3 raised to 2, 3 raised to 3, 3 raised to 4, and 3 raised to 5. Now once you finish with this, your job is ready. So everybody knows 5c0. I hope you got this point clear. So 5c0, if you have the Pascal's triangle, if you remember it, otherwise you can use the calculator and get it. Remember, the 5c0 is nothing but say NCR is given as n factorial upon n minus r factorial into r factorial if you want to go out with manually. So 5c0. So 5c0 is nothing but 1. This is x raised to 5 plus 5c1 will be 5. Understand it? 5c1 will be 5 and this is x raised to 4 and into 3 raised to 1 plus 5c2 whatever the stuff you get and accordingly go ahead. I hope you got this point. 5 is 0, I got x raised to 5, 3 raised to 0, 5 x raised to 4, 3. Now 5c2 is 10, right? X raised to 3, x raised to 3 and 9. Put in brackets so that you will come in mistake. Then again here it is 10, so here also 5c2 and 5c3 happens to be same. 10, this is x raised to 2 and this is 27. Plus 5c4 will be 5, x and 3 raised to 4. 3 raised to 4 is 81. Then finally this 5c5 will be 1 and x raised to 0 is 1, 3 raised to 5, whatever the stuff you get. So just take the numbers together, expand it properly. Like for example, this will become x raised to 5, this will become 15x raised to 4 plus 90x raised to 3 plus 270x square and plus 405x plus 3 raised to 5. So I think it should be something 243. So this is actually the expansion of x plus 3 raised to 5. Now what happens if this plus sign becomes a minus sign? There is no difference as such. What it becomes is, because the terms you can take it positive only, but what will happen is it will become x raised to 5 minus 15x raised to 4 plus 90x cube minus 270x square plus 405x minus 243. Now what is my point I want to share with you? Whenever there is a minus sign, every next term will alternate with plus or minus. So I hope you got this point, dear children. So this is the only difference. The terms remain the same, only plus and minus get exchanged. But remember, if you are considering the second term, when you write this as in terms of minus, then there is no need to put this because it will automatically affect the answer here. But don't put directly if you want to do it. Just consider the positive term and alternate with plus and minus. Or take the second term. You can take the second term as like this and then this. Just putting the values like say minus 5, minus 3, whatever stuff it is. So anyway, this is a minus 5 as well. There is plus 3 or minus. So whatever sum it is, plus or minus, alternate with plus or minus. Got the message clear? So remember, this is a general form of expansion. So pause and note it down. 2 upon x minus x upon say minus x, so okay, minus x, okay, minus, I'll just keep this as it is, minus x raised to 4, right, raised to 4. So it is a plus b raised to n. So when I say a plus b raised to n or x plus y raised to n, what the formula for, just write that formula so that you don't mess up. X plus y raised to n would be, now if you there is the x term, best would be to take a and b so that you understand what we are doing. But there is a minus sign, so just relax. So what happens is NC0, first term a raised to n and b raised to this term, plus NC1, a raised to n minus 1 and b raised to this number, plus NC2, a raised to n minus 2, okay, and b raised to 2, plus NC3, right? Now understand what I am doing. I am doing NC3, a raised to n minus 3 and b raised to this term, plus goes on NCn, a raised to 0 and b raised to n. Now this, remember, this goes on till NCn. Now coming to the point, what is the expansion of this term would be? This is n for me, right? So what will happen now is, I can write this out again, 2 plus x minus x raised to 4. Be careful about the minus sign. I did tell you directly you can put plus and minus sign, but subject to you take the second term as positive. Otherwise you can just impact the result as it is so that you come to know what I mean to say. Now NC0, so 4C0, listen to me. First term raised to n. 4C0 raised 4 minus 0 is 4. Second term, put a minus sign if you want so then you will mess up. Minus x raised to this term 0 plus 4C1. See what is happening? 4C1 first term 2 upon x raised to, see this is 4, this is cube, How? 4 minus 1 cube. Then second term is what? Minus x raised to what? This one. Plus 4c2. 2 upon x raised to 4 minus 2 is 2, and second term minus x raised to this 2. Plus 4c3. First term 2 upon x raised to 1, because 4 minus 3 is 1, and second term, don't forget it, is nothing but raised to 3. Plus 4c4, up to LCN you have to calculate. 4c4, 2 upon x raised to 0, 4 minus 4 0, and second term raised to 4. Now remember, first thing to identify is 4 plus 0, 4, 3 plus 1, 4, 2, here something is missing there, so it should be 2 here, right? Fine. And then 1 plus 3, 4, and 0 plus 4 is 4. So this is the first way of looking whether the expansion is right or not. Then 4. So how many terms after expansion you will have? 5 terms. So 1 term, second term, third term, fourth term, and fifth term. Any issue in this? Got the message clear? Okay. Now you will just find 4c0. You know what the value is. You can simplify and cancel also. There is no issue at all. So 4c0 is 1. So 2 raised to 4, 2 upon x raised to 4, minus x raised to 0 is 1, plus 4c1 is 4, 2 upon x raised to cube, and this is a minus sign, raised to odd number will become minus. That's why I said plus or minus will become. So this is x. Remember this. Similarly, plus 4c2. 4c2 will be 6. 6 it will be, so 2 by x whole square. And this minus square is positive, so positive means positive, and this will become x square. Plus 4c3, 4. 4c3 and 4c1 will be same. 2 upon x raised to 1. And minus cube. Now minus cube is negative, so take this negative sign here. So this is x cube. Similarly, 4c4 is 1. This is any number raised to 0 is 1. And minus x raised to 4 is a positive number, so it is nothing but x raised to 4. Then you simplify whatever remains. Right? Now I have already got the working. So 2 raised to 4. This is 16 upon x raised to 4. Right? Because this 4 applies to both. Minus, hold on. This is x cubed, so 1 x gets cancelled. So it will become 4 into 2, 8. 8 upon x square. Plus, what will happen here? 6. Remember x square gets cancelled. So 6 into 4 will be 24. Minus 4. Now 2 upon x, so it is 2x square, so 4 to the 8x square. Simplification, which you know already how to do it, and plus x raised to 4. So now that's the way you deal with it, and this is the expansion of 2 upon x minus x raised to 4. So basically what is happening, remember one thing, that expansion, you apply this formula, NC0, NC1, NC2, NC3. First term, it decreases the power. Second term, increases the power. This is something important which you have to remember. So this type of sum which we did now is just a sum on basic expansion. So let us take the next type now. What is the next type? Instead of saying expand, they might ask you, so this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, this is the fifth term. Instead of expansion, they will give you this. They might ask you different situations here. For example, I can ask you, find the third term directly. Find the third term. Or I can ask you, find the fifth term without expanding. So you don't have to do all. So there is a formula which is called a general term, with the help of which you can do it. Second thing, very important, is they might ask you, find the fourth term from the end. So fourth term from the end is not this. First, second, third, fourth. They might ask you find the middle term of this expansion. So you don't have to do all this Rama and Mahabharata. There are some certain techniques by which we can directly find the coefficient of a term. We can find the term. We can find the middle term. So all those things you will see now in a short while. So pause and note it down. This is what a general expansion of a plus b raised to n means. Now here it is minus, so it is altered by plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. I hope you got this point clear. Children, got it? So pause and note it down. Now the first type what we saw is how to expand a plus b raised to n in the previous sums. But now we are doing the most important thing, because this is a very important guideline to do the specific types of sums coming on binomial method. So what is that? One by one we will see. But before that, let us see what is the general term of a binomial expression. So the second term b will be this term r, and first term, if you see, this is n minus 0 n minus 1 is n minus 1, n minus 2 will come here. So what will happen now? It will be n minus r. Okay, now it is a general term, not a first term as such. Now what is important in this is, you will understand when we do the specific types of sum belong to this. Now let us see how we do it. Okay, just relax. Suppose if I say find, first example I am taking, this is a general term, t r plus 1 is NCR a raised to n minus r b r. Okay, listen. If I say find the fifth term of x plus y raised to say 8. Now x plus y raised to 8, if you apply the expansion, you get 9 terms. You are not going to write 9 terms and find the fifth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You are not going to do that. I am going to use this concept. Now as I want the fifth term, t5, I will write in terms of r plus 1. So what will happen now? This will become 4 plus 1. Right? Now understand, in this, what is n? N is 8, r is nothing but 4. R is nothing but 4. Apply the formula. First term. Okay? For t4 plus 1 will become NCR. So 8c. Now remember this. This is NCR because that's what is taken up. 8c4. First term, x raised to. What I said, 8 minus 4 is 4. And second term, I repeat here, and the second term is y raised to this number. So my 8c4 you have to calculate now and get me the solution. So the 70 x raised to 4 y raised to 4. This is nothing but the fifth term. This is nothing but the fifth term. First simple example on using the general term. I did not open up, I did not expand. Let us take one more example. 3x minus 1 upon x raised to 2. So I have no issue. They are asking find the ninth term. Find ninth term. Now I want to share with you the ninth term. I have to write in terms of r plus 1. So it will become t8 plus 1. Now identify what is n for me here. N is 12. And what is r for me? R is nothing but 8. And ninth term I am writing r plus 1 formula. So what happens now in this case? So ninth term will be, remember this, tr plus 1, right? In this format it will become easier for you to understand. T8 plus 1, then the ninth term will be NC. What is N? NCR. What is R? 8. Right? First term. What is the first term in this case? It is 3x. Raised to what? 12 minus 8. And second term. What is second term? Minus 1 upon x. Raised to 8. Now I think you can work out. Now if you see 12c8, what happens to 12c8 now? Calculator will be a very useful thing. 495. So which is equal to the ninth term will be 495. Now hold on. 3 raised to 4 and x raised to 4. Minus. Now minus raised to even number will be a positive sign. So this will become 1 upon x raised to 8. Whatever you can cancel it out. So eventually the ninth term, I'll just push my point here. The ninth term will be 495 into 3 raised to 4 into 3 raised to 4, which is nothing but 40095. Now x raised to 4 and x raised to 8, same base, you can subtract the powers, it will be upon x raised to 4. So this is my ninth term. So from the general term formula, you can find any specific term of the expansion. Just to identify, if I want the fifth term, I will write in terms of this r plus 1. Okay, so it is T5. So T5 I have to write in this form because all the formulas are given in terms of r. So you have to identify what is r. So this will become nothing but it will become T of, it will become 4 plus 1. Eventually I am finding fifth term only. Got the message clear? So this is the way, this is the pattern, the first category of sum using the general term. So I hope you got this point, the children. So pause and note it down. Children, we learned the expansion of a plus b raised to n. Then we went into general term, which I mentioned over here, NCR, a n minus r b r. Now the next case is to study about how to find the middle term of an expansion, a plus b raised to n. Just to share with you something. For the expansion, a plus b raised to n. Okay, I am talking. Now listen to it. If there are two cases, if n is odd, right, the number of terms will be n plus 1, which will be even. So focus here. If it is even, there will be two middle terms, right? So what is this is my term, okay? So it will be n plus 1 upon 2th term, and it will be n plus 1 upon 2 plus 1th term. There will be two middle terms. Okay, keep that in mind. If in the expansion n is odd, this is the main important thing. If n is odd, you know the number of terms in the expansion will be even. So if it is even, it is very difficult to find the middle term. So for when n plus 1, after expansion, if it is an even number, of course it will be even number of terms, then you have two middle terms. First term is this, second term is this. Now let me just elaborate this example. Suppose if I say x plus y, okay, raised to n is odd, I said, say 7. I want to find a middle term. So which term will be the middle term that I want to share with you? Now x plus y raised to 7, matlab the total number of terms after expansion will be 8. Correct? Now n is 7. Okay, remember that n is 7. So if n is odd, you don't worry about this pattern. Directly use this formula. If n is odd, so it is 7 plus 1 upon 2th term, and it is 7 plus 1, 8 upon 2, 8 upon 2, 8 upon 2 will be what? 8 upon 2 is 4th term, so 4th term plus 1, 5th term. I am directly doing this. So in short, it is 4th term and 5th term. Because when the number of terms are even, it's very difficult to find the middle term. There will be two middle terms when the number of terms after expansion is even. So that's the point. I don't want you to remember this. With this n, I had given this formula, so that you don't have to remember two things at the same time. Similarly, let us take the next case. If n is equal to even, now this is easier. How I will tell you. If n is even, number of terms will be what? Number of terms will be odd. Okay, children, let us see about the pattern of the sums now for the middle term. Now, I do understand you can learn the formula right away when n stands for a plus b raised to n is odd term. Remember, after expansion there will be even number of terms. So there will be no middle term for even number of terms. Understanding what is general term talking about for a plus b raised to n. Now there are two cases in this case. If n is an odd number. If n is odd, I mean to say for a plus b raised to n, if n is odd number, then how I do that? Very simple way of working. If n is odd, remember how many terms you get after expansion? Even number of terms. So when n is odd, you get even number of terms of the expansion. A, B, C, D, E, F. This is an example I am sharing. So if n is odd, you are going to get 6 terms after expansion. Here, if n is odd, I will not say 6 terms, I just give an example. 6 terms, even number of terms. Because if I can say n plus 1 terms after expansion. So when there are even number of terms after expansion, finding the middle term will be difficult. Correct? So there will be two middle terms. If you look at this is the middle term, third term and the fourth term. So for third term, This is the formula. Okay, and for fourth term, this is the formula. I'm going to say for this example, you're getting my point, because then it has to be raised to 5, right? So 5 plus 1, 6 terms. So 6 terms are there. So 6 terms means there is no middle term. So remember, n is odd. I mean to say this n is odd, then you have 2 middle terms. That is third and fourth. If in case this is 5. Now, so what is the formula here? I have mentioned here. If n is odd, then there are 2 middle terms. 2 middle terms. Eventually, what are they? N plus 1 upon 2th term. Because after expansion, we get an even number. So, even number upon 2th term plus this even number plus 1th term. That's what I am giving to you. Similarly, if n is even, second case, n is even. So, agar n is even, so n plus 1 terms will be odd. Very easy. For example, suppose A, B, C, D, E. Very easy to find the middle term when there are odd number of terms as per expansion. That is nothing but the third term. In this case, there can be any number of terms, but for odd term, finding the middle term will be much easier. So there will be one middle term when n is even. What is the formula I am giving you? N is even. So it is middle term will be n upon 2 plus 1th term. The formula I messed across here, put across here. So what I suggest is, as we go on, we will see how to go about that. Okay? You will see 2 examples on this, and then you will come to exactly what I mean to say that. So just copy this formula. We went into our general term, then we went into this. Because for finding every term, you are going to use general term. Okay? But this helps you to find the position of the term. Anyway, coming to the point, so pause and note it down. Okay, children, you understood this formulas, how to go about it. Let us use these formulas to find the middle term. Okay? Now, how to understand it? Remember, very simple. N is even. So, when n is even, you have to look over here, because this is formula is for a plus b raised to n. So, if n is even, the middle term is nothing but n upon 2. N upon 2 plus 1th term. N upon 2 plus 1 term. What is this? N stands for 12. So 12 upon 2 plus 1 is nothing but 2 6 are 12, 7th term. 7th term. That means you have to find T7. Now general term formula will come. 7th term. I told you, you can write this as 6 plus 1. So 7th term will be N. N stands for this. 12 CR. First term. 12 minus 6, 6. Second term raised to 6. Okay, so I think you can calculate on your own. So 4. Okay, 924. 2 raised to 6. Don't cancel, don't open up right away. We have a lot of options. X raised to 12. 3 raised to 6, because the 6 applies to both. Then minus raised to odd number will be, minus raised to even number will be positive. So it's positive. So 3 raised to 6 upon 2 raised to 6, x raised to 6. Now why I did it specifically without expanding, so that I can cancel it out. So 3 raised to 6 gets cancelled, 3 raised to 6. 2 raised to 6 will get cancelled, 2 raised to 6. And x raised to 6 will get cancelled with this, and this eventually will be this thing. So in the final, the middle term is 924 x raised to 6. Otherwise, if you expand, there will be 13 terms. You have to open up completely, write the 13 terms, and then find which is the middle term. So this general term is a boon for us to find any position of the term with respect to a plus b raised to n. Got the point clear? Okay. Let us say the second example. Now this is the second example. They are asking find the middle term. In this case also, n is odd. So if n is odd, remember what is the formula? There will be 2 middle terms. It will be n plus 1 upon 2th term, and it will be n plus 1 upon 2 plus 1th term. So n is 9. 9 plus 1, 10. 10 upon 2 is 5th term and 6th term. So T5 and T6. So there are 2 terms you have to find. So first T5. So general term, and you can find T5 is nothing but T4 plus 1. Right? NCR. So 9CR. My R is 4. A raised to what? 9 minus 4, that is 5. and second term minus x square upon 4 raised to 4. So once you do this, I told you what to do. Calculate this out now. 9c4 is 126. 2 raised to 5. X raised to 5. Now minus raised to even number will be minus only. So x raised to, it will become 8 upon, this is nothing but 4 raised to 4. Now you can cancel this whatever stuff you want. Okay. I believe here, if you see here, 2 raised to 5 and this is 2 raised to 8. Correct? 2 raised to 8 it will become. Because it is 4 raised to 4. 4 raised to 4 is 2 raised to 8, right? Because 2 square raised to 4 is 8. Now immediately what I am just making my work easier. So 126 as it is into. Now 2 raised to 5 will get cancelled with this. So upon 2 cube, that is 8, and this is x raised to 13. Same way, add the powers. So if you want, you can cancel this out. Of course, 2 4s are 8. 8 1s are 8. No, it doesn't get cancelled. 2. You can say 2 4s are 8, 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. So 63 upon 4 x raised to 30. Please check your answer with me, with mine. So I think you should get finally the answer as 63 upon 4 x raised to 30. Got the point, children? So pause and note it down. I just put a space here. Now remember, as I said, when n is odd, how many terms you will have? 2 terms. So the first term I got T5, the next term is T6. So can you do on your own? Try it out and tell me what is the answer. If you want, I'll just check it out. So sixth term will be, it will be T of 5 plus 1, NCR. What is N stands for? 9. So 9C5. First term, what is first term? 2x. Raised to 9 minus 5, 4. And second term is minus of x square upon 4 raised to, what will happen now? It is 5. Solve it off yourself and see what is the answer. So 9C5 I want to calculate here. 9C5 is 126, okay. Then 2 raised to 4, x raised to 4. Now minus will be negative here, x raised to 10 upon 4 raised to 5. I think you have to cancel this out because it is 16. So you can write this as 2 raised to 10. Right? So what happens? Let us see. This will cancel. This will become 6. That 2 raised to 6. So 2 raised to 6. You can cancel. This is 126 now. So minus of 126 upon 2 raised to 6. So 64. Right? And x raised to 14. If you want, you can cancel 2 3s are 6, 32, 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6. So minus 63 upon 12, 32 x raised to 14. Okay, so check your answer, it matches with your and that one. So I hope you got the middle term properly. You have, depending upon n, whether it's odd or even, you have to get the formulas in place, okay, and get the solution. So when there is even, there are two middle terms, first one and the second one. Is actually minus 63 upon 32 x raised to 14, so we can just mention it down. So I hope you got how we use the general term to find the value of the term, and this you find the position of the middle term, this formulas, okay, don't mix it up. That's all. So let us go ahead to the next part. Now there are small bottlenecks type of sums which you will come to know when we do the sums. Okay, fine, there is a small concept here. Some question they ask you find the rth term from the end or from the end, instead of saying last, from the end. Okay, is n minus r plus 2 term from the beginning. Now you might get confused with the statement. Now suppose if I would just say a plus b raised to n, a raised to 5 is there. Okay, okay, and I say, so suppose the terms are a, b, c, d, e, because it's 5 plus 6 term will be there, correct? Right after expansion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now if I say find the fourth term from n. Now if I want to find the fourth term from the n, matlab first, second, third, fourth. That means from the first term into the third term. So from fourth term from the end, that is T3. I can use the formula directly. N is 5, n minus r plus 2th term from beginning. So what happens? N stands for 5. Which term? Fourth term. 4 plus 2 is nothing but 5 plus 2, 7. 7 minus 4 is third term. I'll just give you an example. Fourth term, 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Fourth term is the third term from the beginning. So this is a very important formula to understand, because once you get the position with this formula, you can use the general term formula, and find the value of that term. So keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do is now small sums based on this concept. This is exactly what is in binomial theorem, nothing more than that. Okay, but variety of sums will be there. We'll just pick up two sums from each case and try to give the best of their ability in doing the sums on examples of binomial theorem. So children, so pause and note it down, this important formula. I'm going to take it just to mention you how it is learned, how it is understood from the statement of the main. When you do the question, you will understand definitely more. So let us just see this example here. They are asking to find the fourth term from the end. So you have to find from beginning which term. So fourth term from the end means n. N stands for 9. So n minus r plus 2th term from beginning. This is very beginning. So whatever stuff is beginning. So what happens now? Fourth term. So n stands for 9 minus 4 plus 2th term. So how much it comes to? 9 plus 2, 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. So 7th term from beginning. Okay, so 7th term. So now T7. I have to find T7. General term you can find r plus 1. So T of 6 plus 1, which is equal to NCR. N stands for 9, CR, that is 6. First term, 3 upon x square raised to 9 minus 6 is 3. And the second term is, don't ignore the minus sign, raised to 6. So 9c6 is 84. 3 cube is 27. 3 cube upon x raised to 6 into minus raised to even number is 18 upon 3. 3 raised to 6. So I think this will get cancelled. This will become 12. This will become 3. This will become cube. So 84 upon 27 x raised to 12. I think you can cancel this out further. 3 9s are 27. 3 2s are 6. 3 6s are 21. 3 is 24. So I believe it is 28 upon 9 x raised. The way you find the from the end, what is the concept? Okay, we will do two examples quickly, starting from the beginning. Okay, and there are one specific variety of sums which I want you to pay attention. We will then pause and note it. Okay, another last type in this particular binomial theorem left out, and then we will look at some more examples. So the question, I am just taking it from a textbook here. That is, find the coefficient of. Look at the question. Find the coefficient. But the number. Okay, number part. Find the coefficient of x raised to minus 17 in the expansion of. X raised to 4 minus 1 upon x cube raised to 15. Simple example this is. They are asking coefficient of x raised to minus 17. So that 15 matlab 16 terms will come up. You are not going to open up complete and then see which is the coefficient of x raised to minus 17. What is the first case? Whenever they ask you this type of sum, let TR plus 1 be the term consisting of x raised to minus 17. So what you can say, let be the term containing x raised to minus 17. Okay. So general term. So TR plus 1. Apply the formula of general term. NCR. What is then? 15. CR. We don't know R what it is. Then first term. What is the first term? X raised to 4 raised to 15 minus R. Right. and what will happen over here? This will become minus 1 upon x cube raised to r. I repeat, first term 15 minus r, second term raised to r. Now hold on. Now they are telling find the term containing x raised to minus 7. So this is a very important information which is given, x raised to minus 17. Sorry. So what you should do? That means whatever x comes up here, whatever x comes up, that will be x raised to minus 17. I want that coefficient where it will be x raised to minus 17. So collect all the x together. So here I can say x 4 5 are 4 into 15 is 60. 60 minus 4r, and here it is x upon x raised to 3r. I'm not worried about this minus sign, don't worry. So x raised to 3r. Now if I take this up, this will become x raised to 60 minus 7r. That means in this, whatever operation I do, I'll get 60 minus 7r. And what is x raised to should be minus 17. It should be x raised to minus 17. So find r in such a way that this should be minus 17. So what happened now? 60 minus 7r is equal to minus 17. So 7r is equal to 77. So r is what? 11. My job is over. So just put the value of r because this is the term which I am talking about. So t r plus 1. So what is the value here? 15cr. So 15c11. X, all the x together will add up to what? X raised to minus 17. So what is 15c11? You can find out directly. 15c11 is equal to 1365. It is x raised to minus 17. So what is the coefficient? 1365. There is a small point which I want to share with you. Now just see, when I wrote x raised to here, in this case x raised to 3, because this minus raised to 17, because what is the r you are getting here? R is nothing but 11, so minus raised to odd number will be minus, so it's better you put here minus sign. Okay, got the point? We'll take one example more, but just I hope you got this point, how to find the coefficient of a term consisting of some variable. So this pattern, so in all the case, first case, I'll take one more example, I'll just mention it again to you. So please take it down. Okay children, as I assured you, now I am trying to find out the coefficient of x raised to 5 in the expansion of x plus 3 raised to 8. So first case, always remember, let t r plus 1 be the term. Right? So you know t r plus 1 is nothing but NCR. What is n now? It is 8CR, right? First term, it is 8 minus r, and second term, that is 3 raised to r. Now they are telling x coefficient, x value should be raised to 5. That x raised to 5 has to be there. So look at this full here, there is no x here, it is 8CR here. So this has to be x raised to 5. So I can say x raised to 8 minus r is equal to x raised to 5. Because the objective is to find r, without r you cannot move further. So I am finding that. So 8 minus 5, so r will be equal to 3. So coefficient is very simple. If r is 3, it is nothing but fourth term. So 8c3, then x is definitely 5 because 8 minus 3 will be 5, and 3 raised to what will be? R, that is 3. So 8c3, 3 cube. So 8c3, if you want to calculate up. So 8c3 will be 56 into 27. 1512. So it is 1512 x raised to 5. So what is the coefficient in the end of x raised to 5? So without expanding, this also is possible. Sometimes they ask you, find the coefficient of a term independent of x. Matlab a term where no x. Matlab you will take the power as 0. Independent of x raised to 0. Right? So this will be x raised to 0. So anyway, coming to the point, let us take the next one. But here, instead of taking one variable this thing coefficient, they are asking, because see, when you open up, it will be a separate, b separate, will be ab together with different powers. So they are asking one particular set, the coefficient of this a raised to 5, b raised to 7. So anyway, what is the first job? let TR plus 1 be the term. Right? Then I have to find. So TR plus 1, everybody knows it is NCR. What is N here? 12CR. First term, 12 minus R. And second term, minus 2B raised to R. Simple, it's not difficult. This is the last category of sum. So now they are telling, you can compare any one coefficient because other will fall in line, don't worry. A raised to 5 I want, A raised to 5. So A is here. So A raised to 12 minus R should be A raised to 5 because I want the R value. So if you see here, R will be nothing but 7. Right? So finish now. See. So B raised to 7. So automatically this other term will fall in line. Other coefficient will fall, other variable will fall in line. Don't worry. So R is 7. So in short, it is 12C7. A raised to 12 minus 7 is nothing but 5. And minus 2 minus raised to 7 minus 2B raised to 7. So very simple to work. A minus 2 will be minus raised to odd number is minus. So 12C7 you can calculate now. 12C7 is 792. Right? And 2 raised into 2 raised to 7. 2 raised to 7. And A5 B7. So that's what exactly came. A5 B7. Just see. So this is the coefficient. I mean to say, don't miss that. Is a minus 792 into 2 raised to 7. If you calculate on your own, there is no issue at all. Okay, got the message clear? So this is the way. I think nothing else besides this now. Okay, now pause and note it down. I hope you got the point. Remember what we did? We started with the expansion, right? Then after understanding how to do the expansion, then we went specifically to finding general term. With the general term, you can find the 5th term, 10th term, 11th term by using R plus 1 formula. Then we went into the middle term concept. Middle term concept is what? The number of terms. If n is odd, then it is n plus 1 upon 2 term or n plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 term. Even होता है n upon 2 plus 1 term. You get the rth position. So once you get it, you can find the value of the term. Once you finish with this, then we went to the second, third case, finding the rth term from the n. If a plus b raised to n is n minus r plus 2 term from the beginning. So this is what you have to find. Okay, not from the end. Then we went into a specific type of sum where they find the coefficient of some term. So again, let TR plus 1 be the term. To follow it, now understand how I equate this and find R. Once I get R, then it is R power. Getting what I'm saying now? Okay. So that's all.